working in a bank also, right?
Yeah, I was a vice president at Bankers Trust.
Oh, okay.
I was,
You're still continuing your services there?
no, I did my work too well. I found instances of fraud. Uh, they replaced my senior vice president, and I was reporting to the chairman of the board at Bankers because I put in all kinds of accountability so that we would know where all the money is and everything would be tabulated appropriately at the end of the month. So I got a new vice president. This is late 80s, and he hated me. He absolutely. He said to me, I said, why can't we get along? And he said to me, you're a woman, you're assertive, and you're too smart.
You're too smart. You are an empowered woman and you are a kind, truthful, empowered woman. That's the problem.
Big problem.
Yeah. And you're kind, you're compassionate, you're loving, and you're empowered. So that's a big problem. That's a very big problem.
So he said the chemistry is not good between us.
Obviously.
Plus the fact, when I came into Bankers, they gave me 3 different divisions and a 4th division. So one division made policy for the bank. Another division that I had did overnight investment of funds. And the 3rd division generated the account statement. So, you know, the statements that you get every month for your bank account. We did the computer runs. Well, when I got there, they were running these runs for 90 hours at a time with no backup. And then they wondered, why did they crash? So I said, that's because you don't back up anything. I said, you have to back it up every single hour at least if you're so long. You know,
Yeah.
we were a merchant bank. We didn't, you know, we had few personal customers, but we had, you know, sovereign customers. We had corporate customers. We floated our own corporate bonds. So there was a lot of responsibility. And then I found out that loan officers could go to my people who were generating the monthly report and change numbers and tell them, no, I don't want the number to change this month. Keep it the same like last month. But they had like control over it. So it wasn't a good accounting system. So I went to the chairman of the board and I said, this is what's happening. Do you want this to continue? I said, because you can't verify really what the numbers are at the end of the month because they're changing them. So he said, no, I don't want that to happen. I said, you realize this puts me in not a very good position politically, you know, because I'm a vice president, and how high up do you want me to go for responsibility on all, you know, on all the accounts? And he said, as high as you think. So I did. Didn't make me popular. And then I had a 4th guy who worked for me, and he did nothing but look after the FDIC. You know, if we were fined anything, he reduced the fines. One of the things I did do is I said that all of my divisions that they gave me, the reason why they were so diverse. So I pretty much consulted my way out of the position. I said, all these different divisions belong in different places in the bank. You know, certainly the generation of the statement belonged in an IT department. You know, overnight investment of funds belonged with the other overnight investment of funds. And, and I outlined where it should go, and I kind of like engineered myself out of the job. And then I went into the family business.
Okay.
And then I was there for until 2013, 3 years longer than I probably should have been.
Okay.
I was a commercial flooring contractor.
Okay.
And I did new construction, I did apartment buildings. When I had to become union, I became union, you know, with my men. Otherwise, we would be non-union. However, when the crash came, it was a disaster, just a disaster. In terms of making a living as a small business person, I couldn't go low enough. My customers started to tell me how much profit I should make. And I couldn't live on 10% profit. I was paying my men 80, 90,000 a year, you know, as mechanics. They could go to an Avalon building. The manager of the building would give me maybe 12 apartments to do it a day. And the guys could make $1,200 in a day, you know. Then the crash came, and it was like, I called it limbo, you know, like the dance, how low can you go? And it was like, how low can you go and still survive? So it's funny, my guys were following me because I use them as sounding boards for my blogs. And I understood the economy. So I had said to everyone in 2010, it's not going to improve. You know, it's not going to get better. But you know, because the family had started it after World War II, I was just reluctant to pull the plug. You know, I knew it wasn't right. I calculated exactly how much money I had lost. But I felt responsible for the guys. You know, I had a lot of people working. So I kept going. Finally, in 2013, my foreman came to me and he said, you know, you're not getting younger. He said, I need an operation, and I won't get that operation as long as I know you're still in business. So he said, for me to have a life and you to have a life, you have to stop the business. It's, we're not, you know, none of us are, you know, he said, we're younger, we'll be okay. You know, we don't want you to take from your savings anymore. So I stopped. But, you know, I was trying to hang on as long as possible, get whatever, you know, work I could get for the men. But clearly, it was very tough. National labor shops were coming in, and they were paying their labor $50 to $75 a day. My guys were making $300 initially. So it made it almost impossible. So I stopped. So then I went into activism full time. So, and I think at least some of my ideas I see being absorbed, you know, into the culture, like these rapid tests.
Yeah.
I think they're a game changer.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but there are tests like Yale University School of Public Health. They just put in Saliva Direct. The National Basketball Association paid for the research. And they're using it, I guess, for all 6,000 employees or however many employees they have. And it's very interesting, Purnima. You have a test tube, right? It has like a saline solution in it. You just put the saliva in the test tube. And then like you would check for, say, diabetes with a strip. You put the strip in, only the strip has a monoclonal antibody, and it detects the presence of COVID, either pre-infectious or even asymptomatic.
Oh, cool.
So that you get it either way. You know, as long as the antigen is there, it's detected. The strip changes color, so you know immediately if somebody has the infection.
Okay.
They're just getting past now. They would cost maybe $1 a day. You take it every single day, and then you would send the healthy people would go to work or school. It would also mean you don't have to do the retrofitting that you think you need right now. You could utilize the old buildings. You'd still have to have, masking and social distancing.
Yeah.
But at least you could send kids to school. You could go back to work.
That's the
Without worrying, because you'll know if you're testing yourself every 24 hours, you'll know who has the disease, and then it's easy to trace their contacts, right? You take it every morning, so you're active, 12, 18 hours a day? Well, it's easy to remember who you were with and where you were during that course of that day. So the next day, if you test positive, you call public health, you call your physician, and you can then get on top of the outbreak before it happens.
Yeah.
To me, that's a game changer. So, because we're relying on a vaccine, we don't know.
That's a long haul. That's going to take a long time. So
That's how I feel. Right.
This is probably a better, sooner alternative to get back to,
Because
get new normal. Yeah.
Right.
So this is I'm going to read more about this. Maybe I'm going to watch your videos, or I'm going to read more about rapid testing, because I'm not like so familiar about it until recently. So this is something I'll look up, and
I'll send you if I can send the link. I listen to a virology station called Microbe TV.
Okay.
And they're on all the time.
Okay.
It was actually on their program that I first heard of the tests. And Dr. Fauci absolutely approves of this as a way to go. But in my country, with everyone saying what's their rights or not rights, you got to say, I'm sorry, but this is like vaccines, you have to do it. That's it. It's not appropriate if once you know that you have the disease, you shouldn't be out there. You should be self-quarantined.
Exactly. I agree.
If they self-quarantined, then the rest of us don't have to be concerned.
That's true. We can get back to work, and like the economy is so bad, like it's suffering. We need to start. Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure. I think we covered a lot of ground, right?
Yeah. So we'll meet again soon and we'll have more conversations. We'll have more meditation,
Yes.
more together. I think that would be
Yes.
nice to continue to be together, you know.
I
Now we have Zoom. We should use Zoom more.
I think this is great. I'm so glad I reached out. I really am, because I think it'll be good for all of us.
I agree. And I will continue to have meditation sessions with you and your friends. I mean, I'm open to it based on their interest. I'm open to it.
Okay, that would be super. I'm going to speak to them about it, because I think we could all use it to have inner peace.
Yes, wonderful. That's true.
And one day you have to show me, I'll show you a picture outside my window, and you'll have to
Okay.
show me a picture outside yours.
Yes. Yes. We'll do that.
Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
God bless.
Virtual hugs.
Virtual hugs.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
Yeah. Bye.
We've just concluded episode 41, my reuniting with my good friend Purnima of Chennai, India. As you heard, all of our situations are fairly similar. We're all in lockdown, and thank God for Zoom. Lets us travel around the world without leaving our homes. Thanks so much for joining me and Purnima, and have a very blessed day.